Hello and welcome. My name is Lynn Hewison, Secretary of the ASAB Accreditation Committee. ASAB Accreditation is an independent assessor for the role of Clinical Animal Behaviourist or CAB. There have been quite a few changes to ASAB Accreditation's processes over recent years, which is why we wanted to develop a series of videos to help take you through the main stages of how to become a Certificated Clinical Animal Behaviourist or CCAB through ASAB Accreditation. There are 4 main stages which are listed here, but this video will focus on the assessment stage. Information on the other stages can be found in other videos in this series. The process starts with the completion and then submission of the application form for assessment. The application form can be found on the ASAB Accreditation website. The application form should also be submitted with a full but anonymised case log. Most people keep their full case log in an Excel file or something similar. There are effectively 2 case logs to submit. One is the full case log, and the other is a summary of the cases that have been seen within the last 12 months. Examples of the 2 case logs can be seen here. The full case log is exactly that. It is a full case log that specifies the date the consultation was seen, the type of case that was seen, and your involvement, etc. Remember, you need to have led on at least one of each of the essential case types for the species you are submitting to be assessed in prior to assessment. The list of these essential cases are available at the end of the CCAB application form, and there are also details in previous videos in this series. The details of all cases you've seen and been involved in should be in your full case logbook, and the full case logbook you submit should cover the last 2 years. In some cases, we may request further back than this, but in this case, we will liaise and communicate with you directly about this. But as standard, please submit 2 years' worth of full case log. In addition to the full case log covering the previous 2 years, you will also be asked to provide a summary of the case types you have seen in the last 12 months. This basically involves listing all of the essential and non-essential case types for that species, and tallying up how many of each you have seen in the last 12 months. In other words, the full case log needs to be sent in as it is, with full names of cases removed to protect confidentiality. And the summarised case log, which is in the application form, requires you to provide a summarised list of the cases you've seen over the last 12 months, arranged into presentation, and then how many of each of those presentations you have seen. The images here of the 2 case logs should help show the difference between them. Once your application form has been received and reviewed, and a date is set for your theory part of the assessment, you will be asked, within an agreed date and time frame, to send in copies of 4 reports or letters that were sent to both referring vets and owners after the initial consultation. The cases for which reports are requested are based on details that are submitted within the full case log. It is important to say that any reports or letters sent in need to have any reference to individuals or identifiable places removed prior to submission to ASAB accreditation. This includes names of clients, referring vets, veterinary practice names, names of any other professionals who may be mentioned, and geographical locations such as parks or stately homes, for example. This is to ensure confidentiality of individuals, both clients and other professionals, are maintained at all times. This is an essential requirement. Previously, The ASAB accreditation assessment process involved the writing up of cases as fully referenced reports. This is no longer part of the assessment process, and the only material you are required to submit as standard are copies of letters or reports which should already have been sent to vets and clients, with personal identifiable details removed as already has been specified. The aim of doing this is to make the process of submission as quick and easy as possible for applicants, while still allowing ASAB accreditation to effectively assess the relevant performance criteria. The Theory Viva is a spoken assessment that will be a maximum of 2.5 hours long. There will be one applicant and 2 assessors present. The entire Viva will also be filmed for quality assurance purposes. The assessors will have read over the reports submitted in advance, and as such, you will be asked questions throughout the Viva. Some of these questions will be framed around the case reports that were submitted. Please remember, the assessors are typically looking to understand your thought process and justification for decisions rather than the specifics of what you did. So we're looking more for the why and how rather than just the how. Given that the full case log submitted typically covers a period of 2 years, you are not expected to remember all details of all 4 cases which have been submitted. As such, you are permitted to have your case notes with you for the duration of the Viva assessment. You can also show the assessors additional information if you feel it necessary, but it is essential that client confidentiality is maintained at all times. You need to successfully pass the theory assessment to progress onto the practical assessment. No matter the outcome, feedback will be available. The practical assessment is in person and involves you working with a client and their animal to achieve a set goal. 2 assessors review each assessment, and for the practical assessment you will have at least 1 assessor present for the duration. The session will also be filmed for the duration for quality assurance purposes. The practical session is expected to last up to 60 minutes and will involve the applicant practically demonstrating their skills in communicating, training, coaching, etc. Full details can be found on the marking criteria on the website. The assessor will also ask a series of questions at the start, during, and/or after the session. You need to successfully pass the practical assessment to progress on to becoming a Certificated Clinical Animal Behaviourist, or CCAB, through ASAB accreditation. Again, no matter the outcome, feedback will be available on request. Thank you for listening. We hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. The email address for applications is seen here, ccabapplications@gmail.com, and the email address for general queries is asabaccreditation@gmail.com. Thank you.